Guys, it's winter in Joburg and I'm outside, but the sun is just amazing, beautiful view. And I had to come to you with this video today because I'm about fed up. Uh, Welcome to the channel. My name is Ashley. On the channel, this channel, Ashley in Africa, I share my experience of living, moving, and doing business on the continent of Africa. I live in South Africa. It's in the southern hemisphere, that's why it is winter here versus summer in the US. But if you are interested in learning more about the continent of Africa, how to do business, how to travel, how to just live a better quality of life, you're gonna love this content. So subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone else who would find value in it. Guys, listen. We're never gonna get ahead as a people, race, if we decide that we call ourselves Africans. But Africans, I call myself African, and Africans as a whole will never get ahead without this one thing. And it's something that I'm noticing more and more, I think, as this community grows, as the community on Instagram's growing, and I'm just sharing my best life here on the continent. And I continue to be inundated with these comments that suggest that based on statistics, based on history, we must continue to dwell in despair. And I'm telling you, we will not get ahead without this one thing. A mindset shift. We need a mindset shift collectively as a people. I shared a video a couple weeks ago about, or actually last week, about racism, politics, and you would think that people just love existing in lack. There is a lack consciousness disease permeating in the Black community on the continent of Africa, but also in the diaspora. While this is not the majority of us, nor do I think it requires the majority of us to be successful. But if you want success, you need a mindset shift. This consciousness of lack is a disease, and we must get rid of it. Okay? How do we do that? Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the video. You know, this is not an easy process. I know it looks easy and I'm smiling all the time because what I have realized in my life is that what I focus on grows. Whether I am excited about it or I'm fearful of it, whatever I speak, whatever I think will manifest into my reality. That is my belief. And for those that recognize the power of God, the power in your tongue, the power in your actions and your movements, this is the same reality. Whenever in a time of your life, have you worried about a situation, worried about an outcome, and it worked out? But also, when in your life have you worried about a situation, also known as worshiping the situation, good or bad, and whatever you focused on was the outcome? You know, oftentimes we just don't remember the power of our tongue, the power of our actions. And I know I live in a little bit of delusion. Some may call it toxic, positivity, which is so interesting. But it's because I've been through so many things that despite my situation and my current circumstance, when I decided to focus on what I wanted, visualize what I wanted, speak what I wanted, that is what my reality turned into. You know, I posted this video on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please come on over and say hello. And there was a young lady who commented, and I may do this comment as well on Instagram, but she commented how sad and how hurt she felt by seeing me talk about living my best life in South Africa as a local South African, based on statistics, based on crime rates, based on history. And I called myself replying to this message, but I didn't, because, again, whatever we focus on grows. But I want to say to that young lady, if you're here, or any other person that may feel the same way, how unfortunate it must feel to see someone happy and filled with joy, that can make you feel sadness, that can make you feel pain. That is something I will never comprehend and I will never understand. But I will say that the same amount of data and the same amount of time was used to comment on a video that I posted. And sis, bro, today, that same amount of data that you use to comment a paragraph, 5 actually, about your sadness of seeing me, a person filled with joy and gratitude, hurts you. My sis, there are thousands of videos on YouTube that you can access for free that will teach you how to earn an extra 50,000 Rand a month, $1,000, $2,000, $20,000 if you're willing to believe in yourself. Your capacity to do so is literally limitless. But I'm sorry if I'm not going to feed into these statistics, these internalized destructive thoughts, because today is not like yesterday. In fact, we're living in a time that has democratized education, that has democratized the ability to earn money. If you have a phone and you have data, which I know our sis did because she left me 8 paragraphs of information, you have an opportunity to change your dynamic. But your consciousness of lack is what's keeping you stuck. And I was also there as well. I didn't realize that I could do something as bold and as audacious as moving to the continent of Africa with 2 children. I thought that was completely something I just had to give up. Never thought that I could do it until I turned on the same YouTube that you're watching for this video to see other people living abroad with children, single, married, uncoupled, coupled, uncoupled with children, Black women, Black men, African women, African men, exploring this world because they had the audacity to trust themselves and shift their mindset to no longer a consciousness of lack, but a consciousness of abundance. This is 1,000% why I teach entrepreneurship, because we are in a democratization of unlimited earning potential, period. Right? But when we are in creator mode and when we are continuing to learn and add high value skill sets to our repertoire, we literally can create the life we want if we believe in ourselves. And working a job is great if we have the mindset of seeing that job, that employer, as a strategic partner where we're able to learn skills that we can then funnel into our passion projects or in our projects of purpose where we are helping the world and shifting other people's dynamic. We must learn, we must teach, and collectively we grow. That is why I started this channel. 5 years ago, you could have never told me I would do a YouTube channel. But I did it because I realized that I had done something that I'd always wanted to do, and there were people that had an interest in doing the same. And there is something like that for every single person on this earth. We were all put on this earth by God's, gift. And every single day that we get an opportunity to wake up and open our eyes, it's a gift that is priceless. What we do with it is up to us. And I'm telling you, we're gonna probably do another video like this at some point as this community continues to grow. But as long as we continue to have this lack consciousness, we won't thrive. And unfortunately, it's not going to be everyone. My passion for my people is one thing, but my passion for transforming lives is another. And if it's not my people, well, I'm okay with that, because I also recognize that it doesn't take everyone. It just takes a collective of people moving in the same intention with the consciousness of abundance for us to see the results that we ultimately want for ourselves, our families, and our communities. So if you found value in this content, let me know. Comment below, what are some of the things that you're struggling with around this consciousness of lack? I notice a lot of people place, these statistics, and guys, I am a stickler for economics. I love data. I love studying these things. But I also recognize that there is an abundant opportunity of resources, wealth, opportunity, skills that we can acquire to make a choice on how our life looks. And I used to be one of those people that would say, hey, and listen, everybody's experience is valid. Nobody has gotten to where they've gotten without challenges, without betrayal, without trauma. We all have something. And that something includes a choice. And it's, again, why I preach entrepreneurship, not just for the economic independence, but the transformation that your life goes through when you're challenged to create, and you're challenged to fail, and you're challenged to do something that terrifies you, and you succeed at it. That level of confidence, that level of transcendence, that level of fortitude, resilience is something that reminds you of the power of abundance, right? So we're currently closed in the Africa Investors Academy. Enrollment's closed, but I do work with a select group of people that book calls with me, qualify them through their calls to be able to join the Africa Investors Academy, where we teach this work. We teach you how to build a business from anywhere in the world so that you can live, travel, move as you please. We're doing some workshops. We've got some workshops upcoming in South Africa, but it's cold. So, we're gonna do that a little bit later in the year. But if you want to get on the waiting list for when the Africa Investors Academy opens up, which is a community of entrepreneurs doing business all over the world with an interest in moving and living on the continent of Africa, we want you in there. But first, get on the wait list so that you can get an exclusive announcement or update when we open enrollment. And enrollment will be limited to a select group of people. I think this cohort we're going to take up to 10. And so if you want to get that update once we open, please be sure to head to the link below, Africa Investors Academy, and get on the waiting list. And you'll also get a freebie talking about the 7 biggest mistakes that most entrepreneurs make when expanding their interest to the continent. So if this video was helpful, guys, please be sure to like it, share it with someone else who would find value in it. And no matter what, no matter my tone, I shared this all with love because I want only the best for everyone around me. My purpose on this earth is to transform lives globally. And I'm grateful that I get to do that with you on this platform. So until the next video, I'll see you soon.